Much. Welcome everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Lyons with Shure Incorporated. This is our second Broadway Sound Masterclass event, so we're glad to be here again. How many of you were here last year? Some, okay. Well, last year we were previewing our UR1M micro body pack transmitter for our UHFR system. So if you were here last year, you're seeing it again, but for those of you who weren't, this will be your first viewing. It's now shipping, so you can actually get one, which is different than the last time you saw it if you were here. It works with our UHFR wireless system, does all the same things the standard transmitter does: adjustable power level, programmable battery gauge, defeatable power switch so the talent can't play with it, and so on and so forth. The real big news, though, is that it weighs only 3 ounces, and it's obviously little and tiny, so that you can hide it any place that you need to in a costume. Costs a little bit more than my first car, but it's much more reliable. Although I had an MG, so maybe that's not saying a whole lot. But goes through all the standard drop tests, 10 drops from 6 feet, and moisture and salt spray and so forth. And we actually also dip the circuit board in some sort of an acrylic substance to make it a little bit more moisture resistant also. So it should stand up to sweat. You can also get it with either a LEMO connector or the standard Switchcraft Tiny QG to match your current inventory of lavalier mics, headset mics, whatever they might be. So those are available now in all the same frequency ranges of the UHFR system. So I think the maximum theoretical number you can get to work is something like 120 now or something like that. And if you buy that many, you get a free t-shirt. Another thing that's kind of a neat feature of our UHFR system is that obviously you can network receivers together and program them and monitor them through our wireless workbench software. We've had that in our line for a few years now, but the news is that the latest version, number 5, works with both PC and Mac platforms, so it's a little bit more flexible. We've expanded some of the capabilities a little bit and broadened the frequency ranges that you can use. And of course, you can not only program and monitor your Shure systems, but you can also enter in frequencies of other devices you might be using, like intercom systems or whatever, so that you can kind of program frequencies that play nicely with all the wireless gear that you've got in the house. And that's a free download, so even if you just want to download it and use it as a planning tool, it's really useful as a forecasting tool too. Let's see, what else is new in wireless and or microphone? Oh, the other big thing, Shure, I read in a blog recently that Shure is in a new product frenzy, which is surprising because if you know Shure, we normally don't do frenzy. But we're trying to get into that frenzy thing. Shure now makes headphones. So if you need a good pair of headphones for studio monitoring, recording applications, music, mixing, editing, and so forth, we now have a nice new line of studio monitoring headphones that sound great, extremely comfortable, rugged, removable cables so you can replace them when they break, but a really nice set of headphones. Price ranges from $59 up to $199, and they're really surprisingly good considering those prices. So you can check those out. We've got some iPods here if you want to listen to them. I did forget one wireless thing. We were talking yesterday about white spaces and 700 megahertz spectrum and all those changes. And you're probably thinking, geez, I got to go back to my facility now and work with my administrator or facility manager or finance person and tell them why we need to buy new wireless gear, and they don't even understand how wireless works. We've got a nice basic entry-level article here that you can take reprints of that makes a good handout to that person who's not a technical person, who needs to get what's going on and what the big deal is, and the fact that this is actually a real situation and you're not making it up. So feel free to grab one of those. And then, like Steve Jobs, there's one more thing. A lot of facilities are looking for ways to leverage their content, record events, edit things, post things on YouTube, distribute things on DVD. And obviously one of the platforms to do that is the PC now or the Mac. So we came out with a handy-dandy little device called the X2U that's basically an XLR to USB adapter. So you put any mic or line level signal, excuse me, in. Any mic or line level signal in, provides 48 volt phantom power, so you can use a studio mic if you want to, or the output of a mixer if you want to do it that way. Converts it to USB, and then you plug it into your laptop, edit, record, whatever. Easy, simple, built like a tank. You can drop it and step on it just like you can an SM58. Retails for $129. You can also buy it as a bundle with an SM58 or an SM57 for $199. One of the coolest features is it's got a headphone jack on it that's before the digital circuitry, so you can do real-time, no latency monitoring. So if you're trying to play along with a recorded track and stay in sync or something like that, you can do it really easily through a pair of headphones and the X2U. So it's really a neat little device, one of those great toolbox things. So that's what we've got going at Shure, and if you want to see lots of fun videos of people destroying SM58s and driving over them with buses and shooting at them and things, we now have a YouTube channel that's youtube.com/Shure Inc. The latest one was flogging Molly driving a bus over a microphone. It's a lot of fun. It makes a cool crunching sound.